Everybody's dance journey brings them through different experiences and connections. Dancers break barriers, flowing from joy to sorrow, from solitude to community. Each person dancing through different stages of life, all with stories to tell. It's their lives, their stories, their dance. When you think of dance, what do you think of? Is it the movement, the music, or a story? Does a certain image come to mind? What sort of dancer do you picture? Do you think of yourself as a dancer?
As a baby, I love to dance, and whatever the music comes on, I'm the first one on the floor. I did a dance at Theatre Senior School, APSN. They did an open house, and so I did a Punjabi folk dance, and I did a same dance in 1999 at the World Congress in Jerusalem, and they loved it. I'm passionate of dance, and it was in my body for so long. I want to open up. I had this passion. I can show it to other people, to connect with the audience, and I can see that the face all light up when I dance. I want to develop my skills, and it's a different cultures dance, like Punjabi dance, it's a North Indian dance. All persons with any kind of disability who will dance or whatever we do, it's a way of life, and it does mean a lot to us. We want to see our abilities, not our disabilities. I agree with those preschoolers, children with autism. They can do it. They can focus on it. I want to continue advocating for others, taking their stories to us, and we can tell others about their ability to showcase our own talents and break the wall. Madhuri Dixit, she's an amazing actress and she's a dance diva. She put a passion and joy into her dance. I feel that, wow, I can do that too, as well.
I was actually interested in pop music initially. There was one countdown show, Solid Gold, in the early 80s, and was watching that to look out for the top of the pops. Solid Gold dancers were counting down the top 10 songs, and from there it piqued my interest in dance. I was in JC then, and there was only lion dance for guys, so I was not interested. And when I joined university, I decided to give it a go, and I joined the jazz ballet. It was not until when I watched the Australian ballet performing Giselle in Singapore that I was drawn to classical ballet. I was dancing as an extra with the Singapore Dance Theatre. Along the way, I started performing Chinese dance with Theatre Arts Troupe. For Chinese dance, I also got to perform overseas in countries like Switzerland, Korea, and Mauritius. And when I was nearing 50, I also got to perform in Beijing's National Center for the Performing Arts. I just have a passion for dance, I guess. And from young, I loved movement. And dance allows me to link movement with music. And I enjoy the discipline of ballet. Before YouTube made it accessible to watch different companies and the productions on the internet, I traveled frequently to catch performances and to visit different opera houses and performing venues to see how it could apply to me as a dancer, as a performer myself. With age, I realized I faced changes with my weight, size, and flexibility. Sometimes I think maybe I shouldn't be dancing, but it's only a momentary thought. Essentially, my passion is still to dance. Even if I stop taking ballet classes, I'll find some other way to dance. I'm turning 55 soon. I can still keep going. Movement will always be in me.
I love working with older dancers. They come with so much passion, so much artistry, and so much experience. When you give an older dancer, you're working with concepts and ideas in a collaborative process. And when all that comes together, it's very rich. Dance is a wonderful form of communication. It's a global expression. We use the body to connect with each other. The dance can be an abstract dance or into a more literal narrative, but whatever it is, we're all storytellers. And I love it when an audience comes up and they find their own story from what we've just done on stage. A couple of years ago, we went back to Australia to perform because my company, Canberra Dance Theatre, had a 40th anniversary and they invited me back, so I performed there. But right now I'm happy mainly choreographing and working with other people. But I did do a piece called Fragile to the Swan, which I performed with Kailin playing the violin. And that was a very special piece to me because I choreographed it 20 years ago now, just after I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. I couldn't use the left side of my body so well, so it was interesting to choreograph something that was fairly static in place. It's got one circle that sweeps around at the end, but most of it's in place. When I perform, I enjoy it a lot. It's a spiritual experience, trying to transmit and communicate with the audience. But I do get nervous because things are a bit unpredictable. It's a challenge, but it's a challenge I enjoy and find exciting.
My name is Sue, and I'm one of the founding members of Kumudra. I learned Burmese dance in Singapore from Ne, who learned it from her mum. We trained and performed together in Kumudra for about 5 years now. But we've stopped dancing because of what's happening at home. We wouldn't want to be dancing and celebrating until the situation in Myanmar has improved. Every year, we perform most in April. That's when the Jan happens, and the Jan is a water festival. In Singapore, we don't have a special holiday for that, so we perform over many weekends. And the Jan dance is more of a light performance, so it doesn't really require intense training for that. Mostly people will just join in. On other occasions, we perform peacock dance, Taung Akak, and golden birds dance, Kenyi Kenya Akak. These are some of the classical dances we perform. My favorite Burmese dance would be a Yin dance. It was one of the first few dances that I learned from Ne, and it was the one that brought out the most passion in me. A Ne translates to gentle. As a performance, a fitting description would be singing and dancing gently and elegantly. Usually it's with live music, at least in rural villages where the dance gets performed a lot. Our younger generations of Myanmar to know more about the beautiful culture and the Burmese arts. I didn't used to enjoy classical Burmese songs and tunes and even thought it was boring at first. But when I learned dance, I picked up more about the background, the meaning, and where it comes from, how the music is being played, how the dancers are performing to make the music more alive. Now I can relate to classical music more. It calms me down, and it also makes me feel closer to home.
We all dance. Dancing doesn't just belong in the studio or on stage. We carry dance cultures with us. When dancing, we might feel more at home in our wonderful and different bodies. And in dancing and enjoying our bodies, we redefine what dance can be. It's our lives, our stories, our dance.